welcome back everyone to How Not to Souls. J-Ron here, and today we are looking at a funky strength build I did in Demon Souls, or I'm going to call it a Dragon Crusher build, because essentially we're just crushing things with our pseudo sword. It's a very powerful build, super duper slow just due to the size and weight of the weapon, even at a equip load where we can hold it and not fat roll. It's pretty slow, but we'll take a look at it. We'll go over the stats. It should be a time. So main stats are going to be your vitality, your intelligence, endurance, and strength. And I recommend trying to knock out intelligence first, because you want an 18 as a basis for the spell slots that you need. I think you need 3 spell slots for use of certain spells. But vitality, endurance, and strength. Mostly, I'd say a little more important, endurance and strength, just so we could carry the equipment or have the equipment and the ability to use the equipment. Like we can carry and use. Vitality, yes, you want to need that. You want to have lots and lots of health, being a strength build. But everything else, literally, I think I put very little into dex. See, we're like 36 strength and there's 10 dex. But everything else, untouched. Outside of vitality, intelligence, endurance, and strength. And maybe a little dex. So basically we're looking at a strength build that has some sort of casting ability. For our equipment, like I said, Dragon Bone Smasher is our weapon of choice. For our catalyst, we use Talisman of Beasts. This is a weird one because we don't necessarily have the requirements to utilize the Talisman of Beasts, but we can still use it with Cursed Weapon, and we'll go into that in a minute. For any other weapons, I think we used... So I usually use a mix like between weapons that I can utilize. I use like the Enchanted Falchion or the Crescent Falchion, sorry. Or like the fire-based weapons that you pick up, and I'll throw equipment into that, just so by the time I can get my weapon... also the Bastard Sword. The Bastard Sword is a good warm-up going into later game. So you can same motion as the Dragon Bone Smasher, more or less. Then for our armor set, we use the Gloom Armor. I don't know. I usually like the Fluted set. I think it's called the Fluted set. We don't have it on. But the Gloom set, I think, worked out really nice. I think it's got good style. We cannot have a helmet. If we continue down into New Game Plus, then yes, we put more into endurance, so we can rock a helmet. But other than that, feeling pretty good. Our rings, we want the Great Ring of Strength, because the Great Ring of Strength helps us utilize more armor. And also the Cling Ring for when we're in soul mode or soul form, we get 75% health instead of 50% health if we do not have the Cling Ring. Other rings of note, I would probably the Thief Ring. If you want to put anything else on, you can. I just say, or the Sodden Ring, but that's pretty much a utility. Yeah, but pretty bare bones of a build. Like I said, slow move set. Those are 2 R1s right there. I think our R2 is a little quicker than like the second R1. But so yeah, really the meat and potatoes of this build is Cursed Weapon. Takes 3 spell slots, and it gives us a buttload more damage. I'm not going to attack anybody in here, but I'm telling you right now, it gives us quite the boost. I think 50% boost on our damage at a cost of 1% health decrease. But since we're not casting it properly because we're using a talisman that we can't technically use, the spell isn't cast right, so it's only 1 HP per health degeneration. So you're still losing health at detriment to having more damage, but not as much as 1%. 1% is significantly more, like, especially when you watch it go down, it's significantly more than 1 HP. So keep that in mind. But I mean, it looks pretty GD awesome, and it hits really hard. Like these two things go really well together: the Dragon Bone Smasher and Cursed Weapon. I gotta say, the only time I would find this build to be a bit of a detriment is fast-moving PvP fights, because unless you can knock a dude out in like 1 or 2 hits, but you got to be able to hit him. That's the only catch. Like that's not the fastest. Some dude with a spear, some dude with a dagger can come in, bing bang boom, hit you 2 or 3 times. Yeah, you wear decent armor and you have a lot of health, but you might not be able to hit him because he might be able to recover quickly and roll away. Or block. Or actually, no, they don't think they can even block this. But yeah, it's a banger. It like melts bosses. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. It's such a strong build. So guys, that is it for the Dragon Crusher. Hope you enjoy the rest of the video, and I'll see you later. Peace out.